What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews, back at it again with another hometown take. And today we're talking about the Atlanta Falcons, thanks to you all. Because when I posted the David Ojabo mock draft video, and discussing the possibility of drafting David Ojabo at number 8 overall, I saw a couple of comments about Malik Willis. And Mel Kiper also talked about Malik Willis going to the Falcons as well. So guess what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about the Falcons drafting a quarterback at number 8 overall. Yup. It's going to be a ride. Just get ready for it. First though, like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, check out the first link in my description box to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Falcons to a great draft. Also, check out the second link in my description box to subscribe to the Tough Calls podcast from me and girl SymoneWithTheSports, as she likes to say. Or talking to your favorite former and current athletes, hosts, anchors, reporters, head coaches, all that good stuff. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, share it out to your friends so they can do all the same things. All right. Malik Willis to the Falcons at number 8 overall. Matter of fact, let me find the comment. I'm going to put it up on the screen because I'm going to go ahead and give this person they just do because they said it. And I'm also going to talk about why, I thought about, at knee-jerk reaction, I was like, no way. Then I thought about it, read up a little bit on Malik Willis, and I was like, okay, maybe I can see it. Then I watched some film, read some more Malik Willis, and I'm still just like, nah, I ain't really going for it. Let me find a comment though. So, shout out to Dwayne P. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate your support. He says, quote, Malik Willis at number 8, no discussion. Well, Dwayne P, I think it's a discussion, all right. And if it's no discussion as in there's no way we should draft Malik Willis at number 8. Now, I get it. He's dynamic. He's got a cannon for an arm. The Draft Network said he's the best running quarterback since Lamar Jackson, which is very, very high praise. We know how electric Lamar Jackson is with his legs, but this dude is a major project. I looked on the Bleacher Report, Scouting Report. I went to Draft Network, look at the Scouting Report. I even shout out to the QB school. I even looked up some film on Malik Willis and looked at some film, watched a little film before I hopped and did this video. Malik Willis is a big project, y'all. He got a lot to work on. And that don't mean he's not going to be good. That doesn't mean, he's not going to have a great NFL career. That doesn't mean, he's going to be a bum. I don't know what Malik Willis is going to turn into. I don't know what he's going to be. That's up to Malik Willis. But he needs a lot of work, y'all. Bleacher Report had him going into the 3rd round. And Dwayne P, you want to draft him at number 8? At number 8? He's projected to be the 3rd round. Now, if you want to draft Malik Willis in the 3rd round, go ahead. Okay, I get it. I understand. But at number 8, though? I don't know. Now, before I get into the goods and the bads and all that stuff and get into the full scouting report and what I found and how I feel about Malik Willis, let's check out these quotes that Mel Kiper had to say about one Malik Willis, because he has some very high praise for him. This is also from Bleacher Report. So this is what Mel Kiper had to say when he talked about who might emerge as the most coveted signal caller in the next few months. The mock draft, this is Mel Kiper, and I quote, the mock draft is about what we're hearing, not what we think, and that's why I say when you look at Malik Willis, I think by the time we get to April, he may be the first quarterback taken. And I quote, Kiper said. Now, doesn't mean Mel Kiper, he said it. He said, the draft is about what we're hearing, not what we think. So he's not saying he thinks Malik quarterback is a top talent. He just thinks by the time this whole draft process is done and it comes time to actually pick him, that Malik Willis could be the first quarterback taken. Now, Kiper also said, he noted that if Malik Willis, obviously, this isn't breaking any news, if he has an impressive showing at the Senior Bowl on February 5th in Mobile, Alabama, it could propel him into the top 10. Now that might be a stretch. Into the top 10? Bleacher Report got him going third round. He gonna go all the way up to the top 10? Gee, okay. All right, if you say so. Now, Kiper also said, quote, he's got that thick upper body. He's a powerful kid. He's fast. He surprises people with that deceptive speed and that deceptive strength. Kiper also said, quote, if he lights it up in Mobile, he's gonna really be a guy that's gonna maybe end up in the top 10. And as for where Malik Willis might land, Kiper speculated that the Atlanta Falcons might be ready to pick up the successor to longtime quarterback Matt Ryan. Last quote from Mel Kiper is, quote, maybe Atlanta. They passed on quarterbacks last year, the heir apparent to Ryan. Do they pass on the heir apparent this year? If Willis is really strong in this draft process over the next 94 days leading up to the draft, I think Malik Willis could end up an Atlanta Falcon at pick number 8, Mel Kiper said. Well, Mel Kiper, you've been wrong before, okay? You've been right before, so, good for you. But you've been wrong before, and I'm gonna have to go with Mel Kiper is wrong on this side. I just don't see it. I don't see it, guys. Now, could the Falcons draft Malik Willis? Yes, they could. Could they draft him at number 8? Yes, there is a slight possibility that they could. Now, from what I know and from what I've heard and just how I feel, I think there's no chance. But never say never. You never know. I just think this is such a heavy defensive draft that you could get impact players on defense right now. You can get players on the defensive side of the ball. You can draft defensive players who can help out your defense. Your very, 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 very piss poor defense. Now, you could draft a pass rusher that can help you sack the quarterback, which you only did 18 times all year, and TJ Watt by himself did more than our entire team. But some of y'all rather draft a project quarterback at number 8 when he is projected in some drafts to go in the 3rd round. I don't get it. I just don't understand the thinking. I don't understand the logic behind it. And now, Malik Willis could have a great draft process, great combine, great Senior Bowl. He could be there. He could move up and shoot up, and teams could really want him. And he might not be there the 3rd round. And if he's not, and we don't draft him at number 8, boo, man. If we miss out on a great QB, we miss out on a great QB. There'll be more. Bryce Young's coming up. We might have a shot at him because our schedule is hard next year. Anywho, I just don't think it'll be very smart. I just don't think it'll be very smart. Why don't I think it'll be very smart? Let's go ahead and get into the reasons why. Malik Willis sitting at 6'1", 225 pounds. So, the good and the bad. We're gonna toggle between good and bad. Talked about it. He's got a cannon from arm, electric runner, makes people miss, super fast, got deceptive speed and deceptive strength according to Mel Kiper Jr. And those things are true. But when it comes to his accuracy and his touch, ain't all the way there. Ball placement could be a lot better, and his ball placement could be a lot better because his touch could be a lot better. When he's throwing a short route, he's throwing a 90-mile-per-hour fastball at his wide receivers, and we know that you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. So his touch needs to be better. When he's floating it up to try and throw the deep ball, accuracy not all the way there because maybe he puts a little too much mustard on it. Maybe he's not floating it enough. He's trying to throw it too much on the line. And like I just said, short balls, he's throwing them too fast. You don't got to throw them in there piping hot. You don't got to throw them in there so hot. So touch needs a little bit of work. He also, and we saw Patrick Mahomes get burned by this year, trying to do too much, not taking what the defense gives you. And again, I'll go ahead and I'm gonna say all what I gotta say, and I'll, preface it with this. It could get better. if we do draft him, Matt Ryan is still going to be the quarterback according to Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith has come out and publicly said that he's the quarterback for next year. Matt Ryan takes Malik Willis under his wings. You don't have to teach Malik Willis the athleticism, all that stuff. He's already got that, and that's good because Matt Ryan won't be teaching him that anyway because Matt Ryan doesn't have that at this stage. But Matt Ryan can teach him the mechanics. Matt Ryan can teach him about touch. Matt Ryan can teach him about accuracy. Matt Ryan can teach him about concepts and, what a defense is trying to do and what you're trying to do to a defense, and not just seeing a guy come open, but realizing why that guy is coming open, realizing how you're trying to attack a defense, anticipating throws, throwing guys open. Because one of his problems that we'll get to is that he waits to throw to a receiver once he sees them open. You cannot do that in the NFL. You have to throw guys open in the NFL. Sometimes you will have a wide open dude, but a lot of times you have to throw dudes open. There you go. So Matt Ryan could take him under his wing and, get him right. He could very well do that. But again, why risk taking him at 8 and him not working out when you could get a defensive player who is more likely to work out and be a franchise player and be with the team for maybe a decade or so and help this team possibly right away? And let's see if Malik Willis drops to the 3rd round, and maybe we'll pick him up then and take a flyer on him then. You could have both. But I don't know. Let's keep talking about Malik Willis here. So he tries to do too much. He gets greedy. And like I said, Patrick Mahomes got burned by this, trying to go for the big play, not taking what the defense is giving you, not making little deposits and trying to cash out a big check when it ain't there. And you end up losing money instead of gaining money. So tries to do too much sometimes. Has to learn how to take what the defense is giving him. Second level blitzes can catch him by surprise sometimes. That can either turn into a strip sack or a turnover. He might get away, but even if he gets away, he might miss some throws because he's trying to look for a big play, so he doesn't find the check down again. He tries to make something happen with his legs and nothing really happens, so he did all that work trying to get away for nothing. With time, he goes through his progressions, but also if he's moved off his spot, if he's a little bit under pressure, he tends to put his eyes down and miss stuff going over the field or some possible deep throws, some possible big plays. You got to be able to sit in there and take it. You got to be able to look down the barrel of the gun and throw it in there. Matt Ryan's done that plenty of times. Malik Willis is going to have to learn how to do that. And a lot of the times, and this is a big thing he's gonna have to learn. A lot of times he's out there guessing, y'all. A lot of times he's out there guessing, waiting for a receiver to come open, and then he throws. He doesn't throw guys open. He's guessing. He doesn't understand, offensive concepts yet. So instead of understanding why a receiver or why a player on offense is coming open, he just waits until he comes open and says, oh, they're open, I'll throw it to them now. He doesn't understand why they're coming open. He doesn't understand how the offense is attacking the defense. Doesn't understand exactly what defenses are doing to, the offense. So he's got to learn all that, especially at the NFL level where defensive, schemes are going to get more complicated. Offensive schemes are going to be way more complicated. He's going to have to learn that stuff. He's not very good at that right now. I'm telling y'all, he's a big project. I want to draft him at number 8. Okay. When it comes to his arm, this is a little thing. He does have a little bit of a slingshot dynamic when his throws are off platform. He's not in rhythm. But he is, he does have that little Patrick Mahomes and Mathews Stafford thing. He throw a little sidearm action. I know how much y'all love that stuff. So there you go. He works backwards in the pocket. That leads to a lot of sacks in the NFL. But he's got a cannon, and he can roll like Lamar Jackson. So draft him at 8, I guess. Ew. He is a good leader, give him that. Footwork in the pocket and moving in the pocket can be erratic. That's going to need to be fixed. But again, maybe Matt Ryan can take him under his wing and fix that. Maybe. We'll see. He does look to scramble a little too quickly, so, he's looking, as soon as the first read ain't there, he'll look to run sometimes. It's not great. Let's see. Needs to dig more into his throws. He's very toesy in the pocket, like he's up on his toes a little too much instead of digging in his throws and really using his hips to power his throws. Definitely needs to get more into routine. And in the things I saw, he's been compared to Jordan Love and Tyrod Taylor. Not bad. We don't know what Jordan Love is yet exactly, but Tyrod Taylor's solid. But would y'all rather have, a guy like Matt Ryan or a guy like Tyrod Taylor right now? Let me know. And again, that doesn't mean he's gonna be Tyrod Taylor. We don't know what or who Malik Willis is gonna be like. We don't know, and I understand all that. My whole point is, and I'll pose these questions to you: Is Malik Willis really a number 8 overall quarterback? I would say no. Dwayne P says yes, and there's no discussion. Like I said, it's a big, big project for number 8. The 3rd round, okay. 4th round, okay. Cool. I wouldn't be mad at it. I would not be mad at it if we got our, defensive pieces, maybe offensive linemen. I wouldn't be mad at Malik Willis. Okay. But at number 8, okay. His quarterback, that important right now. Do you guys think drafting a quarterback is that important right now that y'all want to take a big project of a quarterback prospect like Malik Willis at number 8 overall? I don't think some of y'all understand what a top 10 draft pick is supposed to be and how important a top 10 draft pick is. Do y'all realize that a number 8 overall pick, a top 10 pick, heck, a top 15 pick, a 1st round pick is supposed to be a starter? Not 2 years from then when they get drafted, not 3 years from then. No, he's supposed to start right away. Kyle Pitts started right away. AJ Terrell started right away. When we drafted Keanu Neal in 2016, he started right away. Your 1st round pick, I don't care if it's 1 or 32, is supposed to start that year. A 1st round pick is supposed to be ready. NFL ready. Now, are they going to make mistakes? Yes. They're going to be growing pains? Yes. But they're supposed to be able to play in the NFL. 1, if we draft Malik Willis at number 8, and for some reason unknown to me, he started, it would be ish would hit the fan. Straight up like that. He would not be ready. I mean, yeah, it would be bad. Also, like I said earlier, Arthur Smith has already said Matt Ryan's starting next year. Matt Ryan is the quarterback for next year. The head coach said that, not me, not you, not anybody else, not any of these, media heads or whoever. The head coach of the Atlanta Falcons said that. The guy who's calling the shots said that. The guy who decides who plays and who doesn't. The guy who controls the roster said that. So, do we really need a quarterback right now? Now, that also does, on the other side of that coin, say, okay, well, if Matt Ryan's going to be the starter, then okay, we could draft Malik Willis at number 8, I guess. Because Matt Ryan's going to be the starter and we don't have to put any pressure on him right away. He doesn't have to start right away because obviously he's not going to be ready. So I get that side of it too. I understand that. But again, like I said, maybe he's there in the 3rd round and you don't have to waste the 8 overall pick on a guy who's not going to be ready. You know what I'm saying? So, is drafting the quarterback really that important right now, especially at number 8 overall? And also, can we get Bryce Young next year? Do you guys know what our schedule is next year? I don't think you guys understand that our schedule is hard and we're probably not going to be very good next year. I hope we are, and I hope I'm wrong, but we got some tough games coming up next year. Let's go ahead and look at the Falcons' opponents next year. I did a video on it, so you can check out that video too. But the Atlanta Falcons have some tough opponents next year, if you didn't already know that. The Atlanta Falcons 2022 opponents, the Arizona Cardinals, playoff team, San Francisco 49ers, they're in the NFC Championship game, Cleveland Browns, fringe playoff team, but still a very good team, Pittsburgh Steelers, playoff team. Carolina Panthers, okay, we get them twice. We don't know what they're going to be. So, two winnable games right there. New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton just stepped down, so again, 2 more winnable games. So, if we swept the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers, that's 4 wins right about now. Tampa Bay, if Tom Brady's back, probably 2 L's. The LA Chargers, fringe playoff team. Chicago Bears, winnable game. So we got 5 winnable games, for sure right now. 5 winnable games. Baltimore Ravens, playoff team, and all their running backs were hurt. Or they weren't a playoff team, fringe playoff team. All their running backs were hurt. They went through so many injuries, and apparently AB now wants to go to the Baltimore Ravens. So they're going to be good. Cincinnati Bengals, they're in the AFC Championship game. Los Angeles Rams, they're in the NFC Championship game. Seattle Seahawks, winnable game. So, okay, we got 6 winnable games. Don't know if we're going to win them all, but that's 6 winnable games. And the Washington football team. Fringe playoff team, tough game, but winnable game. So, again, we got 7 winnable games. We got 7 of them. 7 winnable games. Every game is winnable, but Cardinals going to be tough. 49ers going to be tough. Browns going to be tough. Steelers going to be tough. Tampa Bay, we got them twice. They're going to be tough. LA Chargers going to be tough. Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, Los Angeles Rams. Washington football team is going to be tough too. So, we got a hard schedule next year. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer already. And, if we don't take a guy like Malik Willis at number 8 and get an impact player at number 8, maybe we could be good next year. Who knows? But we still could be rebuilding next year. So maybe we have a chance at Bryce Young. You never know how the season's going to go next year. So, would you rather have a guy like Malik Willis right now or a more polished Heisman Trophy winner in Bryce Young? Now, Malik Willis could pop off and Bryce Young could be a bum. You never know, but it could be the other way around too. The point is, more quarterbacks will come. There are quarterbacks in the draft every single year. Do we really need one right now, especially trying to draft one at number 8? Think about it, guys. And 2, don't we want a quarterback to come into a good situation? Don't we want our rookie quarterback to, maybe have a good offensive line, maybe a solid defense that's not Swiss cheesy? Wouldn't we want that for our young QB? Because, Matt Ryan was able to take us to the playoffs in his first year. Why? Because he had a solid team around him. Mac Jones went to the playoffs in his rookie year. Why? Because he had a very good defense and a solid team around. They had many weapons, but he had a good coach in place, which we do. He had a good defense in place, we don't. But he had an okay team around him. If we put Malik Willis out there next year, what are we gonna do? What is he gonna do? I don't know. So, just stuff to think about, guys. And again, I'll get back to this point. The number 8 overall pick has to be an impact player, has to be ready, should be a starter that next year. And Malik Willis is not going to be that. And again, if we want the Falcons to be good sooner rather than later, then they're going to have to use their draft picks to draft the best available guys. And I guarantee you, overall, Malik Willis will not be the best available player at number 8. Because again, I know our schedule is tough next year, but again, think about this. In 2015, we were not very good. Our record in 2015, well, let me find it. Let's see. So we went 8-8 in 2015, 2016. And then obviously went to the Super Bowl next year. Why did we go to the Super Bowl that next year? Maybe because our drafting was good. And we hit on almost every single one of our draft picks. Who did we draft in 2016? That was the Keanu Neal draft. We drafted him in the first round. In the second round, we drafted the second round, Deion Jones. Oh. Third round, we drafted Austin Hooper. Okay. Fourth round, we drafted Devondre Campbell. Okay. All these guys are impact players on their respective teams now. Keanu Neal did good things for the Dallas defense. Deion Jones, we know about him. Austin Hooper was good for us, and he was solid in Cleveland. Devondre Campbell, very good in Green Bay. And then round 6 and 7 was Wes Schweitzer and Devin Fuller. We ain't gonna talk about that too much. But the point is, this is a very heavy defensive draft, full of great defensive talent. We can get our defense back to maybe at least respectable if we hit on all of our draft picks this year and go defense, focus on the defense. So instead of getting a quarterback at number 8 that isn't necessarily needed right now, when we need to have a good defense and we need to, get our defense right, and quarterback isn't necessarily a need right now, why are we trying to draft Malik Willis at number 8? I just don't understand it, guys. I really don't. And like I said, he might be there in the later rounds, so just wait on it. Don't take a dude at number 8 you don't have to, especially when there could be potential franchise players there. Now again, Malik Willis could be a generational talent, but Derek Stingley Jr. is more likely to be a generational talent. Kyle Hamilton is more likely to be a generational talent. You gotta play the probabilities when it comes to the draft because it's already unpredictable already. You get what I'm saying? So, instead of trying to get a quarterback at number 8 that we don't need, when we have another quarterback coming out next year and more quarterbacks the year after that, the quarterback's gonna keep coming, guys. And we don't need a quarterback right now. I know Matt Ryan's getting old. I know we're all bored with that line, but I don't care about none of that. The recipe to the Falcons getting better sooner rather than later, because we don't want the Falcons to suck forever. We don't want the rebuild to last forever. The key to the Falcons getting good as soon as possible is possibly rebuilding most of our defense this year. Because if we can hit on our draft picks this year, we can have this defense pretty much rebuilt this year. Maybe sprinkling an offensive lineman that can block, a running back that's good, then we might be working with something. And then, hey, maybe we can make one last run with Matt Ryan and then get our quarterback. And I'm not saying, a lot of people think I might be saying, don't draft a quarterback at all this draft. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't draft a quarterback because, yes, we do need to start looking at Matt Ryan's successor. But if it's not this draft, it's not this draft. Don't force it, especially at number 8. Number 8 has to be a hit. Just like Kyle Pitts had to be a hit, number 8 has to be a hit. And I don't think number 8 should be spent on a guy who's going to be a big project who we don't know about, when it could be most likely it has more probability to be a generational defensive talent. So I don't think Malik Willis at number 8 is it. I get it. He got all the tools to be great. He's the best, running quarterback since Lamar Jackson. He's got a cannon from arm. I get all of it. I understand. But there are always more quarterbacks. You got a chance to pretty much rebuild this defense this year. Just like we did in the 2016 draft with Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, Devondre Campbell. Got a chance to do that again if we can hit on all of them. So let's do that instead of trying to do the quarterback when it seems like a reach and a stretch, especially at number 8. If you want to do it in the 3rd round and 4th round, he's there, fine. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. I get it. I'm okay with a project in the 3rd or 4th round, then a project at number 8 overall. It's just, it's just infuriating thinking about taking a quarterback at number 8 because it just sounds stupid, to be honest. No disrespect to Dwayne P, but it just sounds dumb. Why we draft a quarterback at 8 when we got defensive talent after defensive talent after defensive talent in this draft, and our defense is trash? We had players who were starting on defense last year who shouldn't be starting in the NFL. Period. That's just how I think, guys. That's just how I think. I think if we can get our defense right in this draft, sprinkle in a running back, offensive lineman, maybe we can make one more run with Matt Ryan and then get our quarterback. Or get our quarterback next year. We'll see. Because like I said, we might not be all that good next year. I don't know. I hope we are. And if we draft right, maybe we will be. But the key to getting the Falcons right, sooner rather than later, is going a heavy defensive draft and establishing our defense. Not drafting Malik Willis number 8. That's just how I feel. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Check out the first link in my description box too. Buy me a coffee to fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Falcons to a great draft. And again, I think Malik Willis is the answer number 8, guys. I understand where y'all coming from, but it ain't it. Not a number 8. But also, check out the second link in my description box to subscribe to the Tough Calls podcast. Me and girl Symone with the Sports and we're talking to your favorite former and current athletes, hosts, anchors, reporters, head coaches, all that good stuff. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, share it out to your friends so they can do all the same things. Like I said, not downplaying Malik Willis. He could be great, could be this, could be that. I don't know. But I'm going to see a lot in between now and then. Like Mel Kiper said, I'm gonna need to see him perform in the Senior Bowl, combine, all that, to even rethink picking him a number 8. Because right now, I think that is a dumb move. Because like, think about the Rams right now. They got, they have Mathews, Stafford, yes, but they also have a great defense. Who else is in the? What's the other team in the NFC Championship? It's Rams and 49ers. What do the 49ers have? Great defense, great running game, great O-line, great defensive line. And they got Jimmy G. They're able to win with just Jimmy G. He's not all generational type of dude. But they're in the NFC Championship game because they run the ball well, have a good scheme, got a good defense. Now, yes, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in the NFC Championship game. Okay, I get that. But Joe Burrow was a clear first-round pick. Malik Willis is not a clear first-round pick. Who else in the AFC Championship game? It's the Bengals and who else is in it? Why am I blanking? Oh, Bengals and the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes don't grow on trees, y'all. Patrick Mahomes don't come across every day. And Patrick Mahomes also has good stuff around him. He's got Tyreek Hill, he's got Travis Kelce, he's got weapons. But he's a great quarterback, we know. But there's not a Patrick Mahomes type of player in this draft. Maybe Malik Willis could be, but I don't know. And again, Patrick Mahomes was a clear first-round talent. Malik Willis is not. So we don't need to be drafting him at number 8 when he's projected to go 3rd round. Okay? Like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Stay true to Atlanta, believe in Atlanta, go Falcons. Until I talk to y'all next time, peace.